We're going to go to 9.0, which is the superintendent's report, and we're going to go to 9.1, which is the superintendent's update. And I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Little while we wait for that other information.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I'm sure we'll start on citizens' participation in just a moment. Just today, I wanted to just remind the board that we sent out an email regarding the COVID-19, otherwise known as the coronavirus, and about what we're working on. And just wanted to update the board that in the morning we'll be doing, our custodians will be getting together to have a meeting, and we'll be discussing ways that we just continuously clean common surfaces, door handles, light switches, those types of areas. Miss Wood will be there as well, and so we're going to have, I think, a good conversation in the morning just about what our current practices are and what that looks like moving forward. Also looking at things like having conversations about school buses and weight rooms and that stuff as well. And then also just wanted to, we've received lots of questions about field trips. And so one of the things that right now there's really no domestic restrictions about field trips. And so it's really my inclination at the moment that we're going to, my recommendation is we're going to continue to follow very closely the news. We just voted on some more student travel requests as well. But we're going to continue to follow closely with the CDC and the World Health Organization. Anytime there's a travel restrictions and those types of things, do that as well. But we are in communication. Dr. Talley today has given me a list of field trips that are coming up for the rest of the year. Some of them in the international variety, some of them in the domestic variety. I know as a parent, I know we share this concern. My daughter has a field trip or a field study on March 18th. They're going to New York City. But right now there's really nothing that says that they can't do those things. But I would also remind parents and remind our community that that can change. Just because we're that way now, as of today's March the 3rd, we know that March 17th or April 1st or May 5th or whatever it may be could be very different. So we're just going to continue to monitor. And also on Thursday, I'll be meeting with our state meeting with superintendents, and we'll be discussing this as well. So I will probably have some even more feedback after that meeting. So again, that's kind of where we are right now. But I just wanted to give that update to everybody since that has been a question that we've received a lot. That's all I've got. So if you want to go back to citizens' participation.
Well, I do want to make one comment there. The board, since I've been on the board 20 years, we have callback. We've twice called back students' field studies that we have approved. We call back field studies after 9/11. We call back some international trips. And then we also call back, I think y'all may remember about 3 or 4 years ago when they had the terrorist attacks in Paris. We call back some field studies that were going to France. And we have had questions from parents regarding refunding money for those trips, and that is not in the jurisdiction of our board. These trips are scheduled through contracts, and so each trip has its own contract, and they're going to work within the contracts. That being said, we're going to do our best to see, what we can do, either postpone it till this coronavirus thing is run its course, or just seeing what we can do. But the board has always said that up until the point that you either close the door on the plane, train, bus, car, we reserve the right to pull back on those trips if we feel like the safety and security of our students is in peril, and the staff, because the staff, when they agree to serve as chaperones, they take on a lot of responsibility. So just wanted to let you know that this is not a first-time event, unfortunately. It's just a different reason for analyzing the student travel. Did any board members want to add anything? Okay.
I guess my only comment is obviously we need to vet our decisions with the State Department and kind of guidelines. Correct. So that we're not operating in isolation.
Absolutely. So. That's what we're following CDC's website currently. We've had some international trips already canceled, but like one of those was to China. There was one to northern Italy. And so both of those have already been canceled, but it really at the moment is a case-by-case basis.
And then also our parents obviously ultimately get to make the final decision with their child. So,
Right.
Exactly.